something going. Oh, I still keep trying. I just refuse to give up. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Getting caught up on sleep big time and pretty much just chilling till about 2:30 when I got to get ready and head to work. So supposed to work the other night, but seeing on how I was up for damn near 72 hours before I was able to go to sleep. And then on top of that, we had a snowstorm come through that just would not let up. So, yeah. I wasn't the only one that called in that night. I called in because I couldn't do it. I was trying to, but couldn't do it, so. Oh well. But now, since I'm on second shift and not the overnights, hopefully this will work out better. I'm hoping it will. Hey, run with it. Run with it. Don't ask no questions. Run with it. And see that's the funny thing, because especially like with with that shit right there. See, I've had shit like that happen to me that you know that just makes you wonder. But I mean, in all fairness, I sound just as bad as a fucking Christian about this shit, and I hate it, but it's the truth. It's Now, I'm not sitting here saying that the planets and all this shit dictate anything. Okay? Let that just be a little FYI for everybody. But what I will say is this. The odd shit that happens in general, regardless of your beliefs, see, that's the funny thing, regardless of the beliefs, because the one thing that I have, the one common factor that I myself have found in all of my travels in general was it doesn't matter what you believe, who you worship, who you pray to, yada, yada, yada. Everybody believes in karma. Plain and simple. So if everybody believes in karma, and you have weird, unexplained, kind of like wow moments that it's just like, you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but on the same hand, it's just like you're dying to know what the fuck. Trust me, I understand. Or when you get clarity on a subject. legitimate. You get clarity on a subject. And it's always from the least possible thing that you would ever think that you would get clarity on. From a subject at that. So, trust me. I mean, you can do what you want to, but I would run with it. I'd be like, okay, you quit, so let's let's just run with it. Uh, you know, I mean, we do have. I think it's a full moon in Cancer coming up or some shit like that. I I used to keep better track of this, but with course of life and events and curveballs and shit like that, you kind of lose track of what you did do to where you got to get back into what you were doing. So, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you got to, one step at a time. If that coworker quit bothering you, rock on, then continue about your day. Seriously, that's what I would do. Continue about your day. Because, I mean, something tells me that that's a huge blessing in disguise. The Hermit. Hmm. That was funny. Other phone went off, which is probably an email. 97. Synchronicities. Love me. Ten of Cups. Tower. Ten of Pentacles. Tower's in reverse, though. Huh, interesting. Coming out of Hermit mode, heading towards your 10. Yeah, it was an email. Getting haunted by numbers. Hello to who just joined. We're just BSing. Really, honestly. Well, no, because this is like only like your second or third live. And ironically enough, when I go live, nobody wants to chat. And all anybody wants to do is sit there and look at me, which is fine, but I'm not really that pretty. Just saying. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to is finally being able to get into some fucking hobbies and shit like that. Because I've never been able to do that because A, I found out the hard way that hobbies cost money. And B, I've never really been with, because I've always been in a relationship. So this is like the first time ever in my life for consecutive, from roughly about, what was it? End of, what was it, 20, I think it was 2021, when my last ex broke up with me, which fine, whatever. And I went from Hannibal, Missouri over here to where I'm well, not here to where I'm currently at. I've had one stop before then. Moved and basically have been more or less single for, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. been more or less single since the end of 2021, I think is what it was. I've had a couple people here and there that I've actually like tried to talk to and try to get something going with, but to no avail. And right now, with the way the world is, well, you have an ex, Mike. Come on, think about it. You just don't have a recent ex, but you're not missing nothing. But oh yeah, no, it does. Especially whenever like the last quote unquote person I was with, I don't even consider it a relationship. When you try and then shit like that happens, oh yeah, no, it fucking sucks. And CIA, really. Oh, man, you're not. To be quite honest, for Pinnacles in the Upright, to be quite honest, I kind of envy you. Just a smidge. You never had to deal with the drama and the bullshit of it. Which, I mean, to an extent, is a blessing, but yet in a way, it's a curse. But I mean, have you ever tried? Or have you just like been like a single bachelor and said, fuck it, I don't care? 12:21, 12:22 on the clock. I mean, there's a big difference between, trying and not succeeding, or not even, you gotta sit there and Wheel of Fortune, starting a new cycle, going towards your Ten of Cups. I mean, I've been in, we're going to say, quote unquote relationships, yes. Oh, you ain't lying. Well, but see, that gives me a little bit more input here. You fooled around, okay, fine, that's fine. And dude, I'm telling you right now, join the Discord, seriously. You want to know an oddball? Right here. I'm an oddball. I legitimately broke the mold whenever they made me. Hands down. Because with the way that I am in general, I'll put it to you this way. If society's here in this hand, over here doing its thing, la la la, okay, I'm not just over here. I'm like, my camera won't pan as far as I am away from society. Seriously. Like if you go onto my channel and go onto the playlists, I don't put any of these stupid videos on the playlist. I don't care about it. Something is supposed to come over to you. I'm a firm believer if something's supposed to come to you, you'll see it. But the one playlist I have available is music videos. Oh yeah, no, hands down. Well, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, you gotta be, it's like me, okay? It's like me right now. And the couple of the couple, if I talk, the couple of epiphanies that I've had over the course of the last few months. Like the one when I was at my last job and I had an epiphany of, damn, you know what? At this point in time, I'm single by choice. I'm not single because I have to be. I'm single because I want to be. You know, trying to get your head wrapped around that one. Seriously. You know, and then you have the fact of, okay, I realize I'm not a fucking top 10 Oh, you want to get started in that, do you? Well, Miss Emma, let me school you on some stuff. Okay, for starters, very good. I give you props for the actual technical name of the image on my hoodie. But in all fairness, you can't see it, but it actually says, believe in yourself. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to believe, I refuse to believe, personally speaking. Now, you want to believe that? More power to you. More power to you. You do you. You do you. If that works for you, I'll be the last one to sit here and tell you to change. But see, for me, I can't believe in the sky daddy. I can't believe in the imaginary man sitting on a cloud with a long white beard. There's no physical proof. I need physical, tangible proof. Physical, tangible proof. Guess what? We can prove the universe exists. We can. Now, I'm not saying that the good book doesn't have good pointers and good advice. It does. It has very good advice. Very good pointers about life. I'm not going to argue that. At all. See, that's called having an open mind. So yeah, no, my loneliness, who said I was lonely? I'm bored, but who said I was lonely? I don't recall ever saying I was lonely. Oh, did I make you mad and make you leave? Bye-bye. And you know what? I'm going to do this just because I can. I had to school people first before I kick them out. Maybe hopefully get some knowledge in their head. I gotta head out and find. Oh yeah. Oh, it's not even that. It's not even that much. It's thanks to the pandemic. In all fairness, and personally speaking, I blame the pandemic and TikTok. I do. Because with the pandemic and then you add an app like that in general, which don't get me wrong, the principle of the app, I was on TikTok for the longest fucking time. I was. Hands down. But there's a lot of fakes and a lot of frauds in general. And it doesn't even matter the subject. There's just a lot of fakes and a lot of frauds in general. 1919 on the clock. But when you look at the younger generation, I mean, other than what they do in modern times, I really don't think that the younger generation has really changed all that much. It's just, it's brought more into the public eye. You know, everybody knew, you know, teeny boppers and people that were under a certain age were, you know, if you found one that was going to take life seriously, then you're good. But most of them, like my last thing, or fling, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that thing was only like 23, 24. My dumbass, I can't really say dumbass because, I guess I needed to learn. I never been around certain aspects of life, so I needed to be around so I could learn and understand and see it firsthand. Which, okay, fine. But it's the point of nowadays, it's like there's a YouTuber I follow. Her name's Emily something. Tall, skinny, blonde. And she's one of those ones that's advocates for men and everything else, but advocates for it on a level of common sense. Not sitting here trying to bitch somebody out because they're being a dumbass. Sitting here going, like, like, for instance, she did this one short that, in this day and age, with the way most women are, I said most, not all. Most women are, like, I don't even pay attention to this shit, but of course it comes in my feed. And plus I've watched YouTube videos and shit like that that have actually covered topics like this in general. But whenever chicks were in the gym and this, that, and the other, and labeling guys creeps and purposely doing this and doing that to get this reaction, to get that reaction, blah, 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 and all these little movements that everybody has and this, that, and the other to make, this group look this way and this group look this way and everything else. And especially in the dating scene in general, when it comes to the guys aspect, society has put it in our heads and put it in front of us, and with the way the women act, it's not only safer, but it's a lot more quiet and a lot less drama if you just stay to yourself. And don't worry about sitting there talking to this one or talking to that one, because, like they have that fucking movement of the women, we can do it too. And then they do, and then they're crying, bitching, pissing, and moaning. Then they have this other movement, the same, it's just like, come on, you got to have a balance here. Either you want to do this or you don't want to do this. And slowly but surely, it's slowly starting to turn away, and see, with me, it's not the simple fact that I know I could go out and probably ask anybody out that I wanted to. I could. And I'm in a little bit, because, see, beforehand, I wouldn't do it because of my living situation. Sorry, being homeless and living in a shelter is not really a good icebreaker. So, I was more focused on me. I was more focused on getting me out of that situation. But I think even like with me, it's more of a, like, this is the very first time that I've actually been able to focus on me in my life, which I think is what a lot of guys are doing nowadays, is just focusing on them and, standing here like, me, I live legitimately in a studio apartment. I have one room. My phone's sitting on my bed. I'm doing this on my air mattress. I don't have a bed right now. When I moved in here, I legitimately only gained a few things. I gained the internet. I gained an air mattress to sleep on. I gained a coffee pot, a few pots and pans. And I think guys are more focused on this and getting ourselves to where we want to be. And then, you know, and it's not even so much guys won't talk to chicks. It's the point of, I'm not going to sit there and approach a chick in general, being a guy. I'm not, and it's not even a fact of, I don't think it's a fact of most guys won't approach women. It's, I'm, right this very second in time, I'm enjoying my peace and quiet. I'm enjoying my life. The only, technically speaking, the only thing that I can be offered, unless, because let's face it, unless somebody's going to match what I'm putting out, the only thing that you're going to be offering me is in the bedroom, and that's only 10% of any relationship. So, and yes, that would be nice, but it's not worth me going through the drama to get it. I pretty much got the point of, I pretty much got the thing of, you know what? As of right now, in this very moment, somebody wants to talk to me, then come and talk to me. Because other than that, I really honestly don't care. And I think that's the way most guys are indeed looking at this nowadays. Not the point that we don't want a relationship. It's just, we know that we know we know what we're bringing to the damn table in general. Why do you think he's coming out to the very edge of the shit and looking over the fucking cliff? We know what we're bringing to the table. It's just we're looking for that wheel to turn in our favor. We're looking for the 10 of Pentacles. We're done with this indecision bullshit. You know, like one of the songs I listened to from, what is it? Fuck, can I think of the band's name for the life of me? But I think the lyric goes something around the lines of, I want the real thing, I know how to get it. And knowing how to get it is being true to yourself, being true to who you are, understanding who you are, understanding what makes you tick, understanding that, guess what? And see, here's, ironically enough, here's where astrology comes into play. Here's where numerology comes into play. Okay? Especially with your birth chart. That's why I tell people, even if you're not into astrology and even if you're not into this or that or the other, at least humor yourself and look at your chart. At least humor yourself and understand your chart. Literally. That's the only thing that I actually ask anybody is to sit here and understand their chart. Understand what makes them tick. Because your sun sign's only, I mean, your chart's longer, but as far as I'm concerned, it's only technically the first 4. Well, I don't worry about Mercury because that's the way you communicate. But your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. To find out how you work. Your sun, moon, rising for everything else. That's what's going to inform you of how you are, how you act, especially as you get older. I like to think of it as a car. You're not going to sit there, unless you're a mechanic, you're not going to sit there and fix your own car unless it's something that you know you can do. Wouldn't you like to know on how you operate? Wouldn't you like to know on how this works and how that works? I mean, there's got to be something to it. It's got me this far. And the universe knows what's going to happen next, unlike me. So, just saying. But on that note, I think I'm going to hop off here for a little bit and all that fun shit. So, till next time, peeps, namaste.